That's right. Welcome back to Mind Body Content Podcast. We are your hosts, Nick Pinelli, Raymond Oliveras over there, and I am Chris Lawler. And our mission every week is to educate you about the three things all entrepreneurs must pay attention to: mind, body, and content. Please don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe on wherever you consume your content. On today's show, we discuss how a landing page could make or break your business. Boys, how are we doing today? Thanks for joining me again.
Dude, doing great. Glad to be here.
Nice.
Great. Yeah. Raymond and I were already in like Patico minds. We just did the peace signs. Right at that intro there. That's right.
The thing that Chris hates is this.
Yeah. If we cross the arms, I think that's where we started spreading it out a little bit more. You know, peace be with you, brother. Yeah, totally. You know, nope. Okay, that one I went too far on. I could see Raymond is like, oh, I regret.
To our market, that message is off to our market. So that means
that's true.
You did not convert a smile out of Chris.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going with this.
I see. See, we're moving on into that's how landing page 101, making sure your message matches.
Oh, and he did get the landing.
Nailed it.
Matches.
Nailed it.
I was just doing the remix.
Matches. All right.
That's it.
I like
trying to get a remix. All right, Nick.
All right. So that's a beautiful segue. No, that's a beautiful segue into what we're talking about today: the landing pages. Now, this particular topic. Yes, in case you guys haven't figured it out, we're talking about landing pages today. Since we haven't said
we all have to say it. That's
good. Okay.
Landing pages. Sorry, this is the remix.
I swear, eventually we're going to get to the content that we're here for.
We will
at some point. Anyway,
and we'll put it over on our landing page.
Oh, there we go.
Coming in hot.
So, what is a landing page?
That's a great.
We're just asking the audience, what is a landing page?
Just putting it out there.
All right, guys. This has been Nick, Chris, and Raymond.
Put your answers in the comments below. We'll see you next episode.
All right, now moving on.
No, we're supposed to be the experts here. But I do pose that question. That was my first one on my notes here. What is a landing page? So, Chris, Raymond, tell me. I'm a person who knows nothing about anything. Tell me, or maybe I'm a super genius and I know everything and I'm just testing you.
Wow.
So, I feel like this is a test. Raymond, go fail it.
Oh, no, I've already failed today. Fine. A landing page, essentially, well, there's multiple different types of landing pages, but one that we create a lot is specifically designed to help convert customers or take them to the next step of your sales funnel. And so essentially when you create your marketing material, advertisements, whatever, and you're trying to sell a product or you're trying to generate leads, we send them to a specific page for that one product or service, because we don't want to confuse them with a whole bunch of stuff. Ideally, one product per one landing page. It's different from just a regular general website, which you have a whole bunch of info.
It's not a website.
It's not a website.
Not a website.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, super important, right? It is not a website. It is a clear message, like Raymond was saying. But Chris, what is the difference between a landing page and a website?
I think Raymond was nailing it. I don't think I'm going to be able to, hit it any harder. Wow. It's basically it's a dedicated page to convert people into paying customers. Whatever that service or product is that you are selling, that one page is dedicated to that one thing. And that one thing is either purchasable or they can schedule to move forward through it, or they can leave. No more of this, I'm going to click around and see what's the about page about and stuff like that. It's also known as a squeeze page as well. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I think, did we win? Nick, I know you were holding out. I know that was a test. Did we win?
You just won a brand new car.
For that?
I don't have that voice.
Right on.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be delivered to you in 68 million years.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Could you ask me more questions, please?
Yeah. What else do we have to win?
No, one of the other things, like Chris, you mentioned a squeeze page, right? It's called a landing page specifically because when somebody clicks on an ad or clicks on a link or whatever, they land in this particular area, right? And what the guys were saying in particular is that it is really good for very specific targeted products or services. And if you start to muddle it up with a lot of different other things, that's when you have much lower conversions. And little tiny things all across the landing page can really have big effects on how many times people are buying your product or service or whatever it might be, right? One thing I hear a lot of times is that ads don't work. 9 times out of 10, the ad is doing fine. It's the conversion page or the landing page itself that is actually having the trouble or the issue, because people are just running it to their website and thinking, oh, why aren't people buying? You know?
Yeah. I hope people are hearing that. Yeah. Actually, ads usually do work, but they have to have a purpose, and they have to send people somewhere and drive them to do the thing you want them to do. And a lot of people think, oh, we've got our one ad out there and it'll just do its thing. People will figure it out. People are dumb. They want their hands held. They want you to literally guide them through the checkout to purchasing that item. It's pretty pathetic. That's where we're at.
You. You're not dumb, business owner. Not you. You're not dumb. It's the people that are clicking on that.
I had my first, well, not first, but like before I started getting into the creating landing pages for my clients and understanding the full funnel of everything, I did a few ads for a client. They were loan officers. And I just did a couple, like 2 different ads for them to generate more reverse mortgages. And they did some Facebook ads, spend behind it and everything like that. And it was like months later, they came back to me and they're like, hey, can you cut this down a few more seconds or something so we could put it on Hulu? And I was like, Hulu? I mean, I can, but why? First off, like, what happened with Facebook? This is before I was running ads. Now, when they came to me talking about this, I knew more about Facebook advertising and landing pages and yada, yada. And he had told me that Facebook, was generating like traffic, right? They were getting a lot of clicks and stuff like that, but they weren't getting the sales that they wanted. And I was like, okay, well, what page are you sending them to? And he's like, I think just our website or something like that. And I was like, okay, so does it directly talk about reverse mortgages? Because that's what the ads were on. He's like, not directly. I was like, okay, so they have to click around to go find that product that they're looking for. And he's like, yeah. So, okay, so why not just create a page to send them directly that talks about reverse mortgages? And so you're giving them what they want. You really are. Like, if I click on an ad for a shoe and it takes me to a belt, I'm gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I hear that.
And that happens so often. Yeah, and that pushes people away, like, I'm gonna click off that and just gonna be like, or I'm, if I really want it, I'll go look for it, but not everyone will, and it costs, and people don't realize, like, when you're also running ads like that and people are bouncing, even though you have a good product and all this stuff, people are bouncing. Facebook will say, oh, these ads and this advertiser is not really working for who they're trying to get. And they'll increase the cost of your ad spend. And so ads will start to get expensive. You'll start wasting more money. And you're like, oh, ads don't work. And you didn't look at the next steps, which is your landing page.
Yep. I have had that conversation with someone before. They were like, I've got all these likes and my ad is doing so great and stuff. But then when they get to my website, no one's buying. And I was like, pull up your website. And this is a really beautiful lady. And the first image I see is some stock photo of some guy that's like, looks like he's the person that's going to sell the course or whatever her education was. And I immediately looked at her and I was like, oh yeah, your landing page is shit. That's why no one's buying it. And I just had to let her know that. I was like, this is confusing. There's no video at the top. There's a lot of copy. There's no picture of you, but you're the one in the ad and stuff like that. It doesn't transfer over at all. So that's your other problem. So yeah, when people think that it's the ads fault, they also should look at everything else that's going on in there. But yeah, landing pages are a great way to convert people. Thought I lost Raymond there. I thought he laughed so hard he fell out of his chair, but I guess he's back now.
Yeah, you were so funny.
I'm so
myself. You got the knee slapper in there.
Thought I lost him, but I guess
no.
Not.
He's still here.
He's still there.
Woo!
Okay.
All right. Wow. So Chris, you are hinting at it very strongly that there are things on our landing pages. You're like, what am I hinting at? Please stop looking at me.
Nope,
I don't
it's all
exist.
good. I did it on purpose to tee you up. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional.
Oh, wow. And Raymond's over here falling out of his seat.
His chair. Chris is holding it together.
It's because he's such a professional.
Oh, man. At least there's one of us that knows what they're doing.
Only one, though.
Yes, that's true. And it switches between the three of us at different times.
Google gobble.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll just forget that happened. Chris, can you take us to a landing page that you think that you want to share some information with? I don't know if you want to take us to a good one, a bad one.
Why don't we start with the bad and work our way up
to
example. The good and show like kind of what not to do and what you could be doing. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Great.
449.
Okay, good. That was at the bottom.
That was at the bottom. I was at the bottom of the website. But yeah, here's a prime example of, I mean, maybe it's converting. Maybe we should go look at its stats. But this, to me, I would immediately bounce off of this site.
And why? And just for the people that are looking, can you explain, or listening? People that are looking can see what's happening. But this is a podcast. But for the people that are listening, can you explain what this website looks like and why you would want to bounce?
Yeah. I mean, once again, we're lazy. We're a lazy generation when it comes to absorbing information. There's no video from up here for me to watch. And I see a bunch of just black and white text on here that I'm going to have to read and whatnot. Introducing a powerful new resource created by writers for writers to put you on the fast track to success. Maybe the fact that it's for writers and stuff, they expect them to be readers. I ain't got that kind of time. I like to have videos that I watch at double speed at the top of my website.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Also, it's not very just thinking the headline on it, copy for, writers, like that's not, what is success? Like, what do I get from this? Like, Copy Blogger Academy. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like a transformation.
Business year after year, create more freedom, land better clients, and future-proof your income.
So can you go to the very top of this, Chris?
Very top. Okay.
Very top. That's right.
That's it.
So Raymond, I think, pointed out a really great thing about this headline, and really any headline that would be on any landing page. You want to talk about the transformation that whoever is going to view this landing page is going to have. Why did they come here in the first place, right? So for a copy blogger, maybe something like saving time with creative copy that converts, right? Okay, that's something that I understand and I know I want. Versus we're starting with introducing a powerful new resource created by writers for writers, to put you on the fast track to success. It's like, it's so much stuff before I even get to what is happening for me. And then, like Chris was saying, which, like, we as a viewership, if somebody's going to buy something, they have to have the logical certainty that they're going to get the transformation that they want, right? So not only does it not have this transformation listed out here, not only is it said in a way that it's not exactly the most attractive or appealing with a bunch of text, right? The other thing that I'm noticing, the simplicity of it, there's like no buttons. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So you just scroll on down.
I think I already know what could have been a better headline, because it talks about a time frame, like in the next 30 days.
It doesn't.
Let me show you how. It's like in in 30 days, how to get from being basically, or how to get to, I don't know, a full-time 6-figure salary as a copy blogger in 30 days or less.
Yeah, because that right there is an exact problem and quantifiable result that you're giving to them. 30 days.
Yeah.
Right? You're saying in 30 days you will go from A to B. And that's for depending on what type of business product or service you're selling, having some quantifiable portion of it is really impressive. It's very helpful for a viewer to help them visualize and understand it.
Yeah.
So like a 30-day mark, that's awesome. Or make $1,000 or have a clean lawn or, you know, or whatever it might be.
Make X amount, you know, in 30 days or whatever, right?
That's why all those like weight loss things that are like, you know, lose 30 pounds in 30 days, you know, or something like that, you know, something specific. 6-pack abs in 60 minutes, you know.
You can do abs in 6 minutes. I can do abs in 5 minutes.
Yeah, then you're on a race down to the
exactly.
Speed. Yeah, exactly. That's a whole nother topic of determining how to redefine like rename your offer in a sexy way that differentiates.
I mean, Copy Blogger Academy doesn't tell me much. I mean, I get it. You probably write copy for a blog, but for yourself, make your own blog.
You could be like full-time copy blogger.
Yeah, and then when I'm scrolling down, you see he's got it written out in all these keys and these segments. This should have been a video.
Yeah, well, I don't think that having, my personal opinion, I don't think that having this information on here is necessarily a bad thing. What the problem is that it's the only information here. You know what I mean?
The information down below, though, on that landing page should just reinforce what's in the video. But then look at all this reading that I'm going through here. Boost your productivity. My goodness. Sharpen your
We're now halfway through the page and we still haven't seen a button.
Not a button. I don't really know what the action is.
No call to action. The purpose.
Finally, testimonials down here.
Oh, yeah. This
looks like.
Way at the bottom. Should have some, social proof close to the top and then at the bottom as well.
Yeah, one of the things that we understand is that in order to make a purchase, people have to have the right amount of logical certainty that whatever they're buying is going to get them to whatever goal they want to have, or it's worth it, right? So in order for that to really make sense, one, they have to know what the goal is, the transformation that you can actually help them achieve. B, or two, I should say, not B, two. A, B, 2, star, point. No, anyway.
I'm following you. I get it.
But they have to know, like I said, what is the transformation you are actually going to help them achieve? And then are you the person that can get them there? That's what all the social proof is for. That's what the story about all this stuff is. And then 3, is it actually worth it when it comes to the final price of being known for whatever it might be? And this person may reach that logical certainty point because it's different for each and every person at a different time. And if you don't have literally like just the simplicity of you don't have the option for them to buy right when they achieve that logical certainty, they're gone, you know, or they have to really, really work to get to it. It's going to really hurt a lot of your conversions. So those are some things that I'm seeing there that are really, really big.
All right. You want to take a look at one that's just a little bit better?
Yeah, we're transforming a little bit, moving on up. And Raymond, when we first looked at this site, you had a very good point about the type of landing page and what we're trying to get people to do here. So you had mentioned that there are 2 purposes of landing pages. Can you talk about them?
Oh yeah, to generate like kind of like an awareness for your brand or to generate conversions kind of thing. So there's like general marketing and then there's like direct marketing. In direct marketing, you're directly trying to get a sale, right? And target those people. General, you're just like think of flyers, think of like just kind of posting to the wind, kind of getting your name out there. Coca-Cola does that a lot. You know, they just general, they know their name, they just kind of get the name more and more. For direct, you know, you really want sales on a specific thing. And so this landing page, for the listeners, like it has a lot of different links and call to actions, and you can't really tell, like I think the goal of this one, it's like a cookbook. It's supposed to buy this cookbook, but there's a lot of other resources and things that'll take you to different spots.
It's too much.
Website.
Yeah. I mean, once again, you should have just collected email addresses, and then through the emails, then you could have sent them to the different things. Hey, by the way, did you know that we have this best-selling book? Download it here. Did you know, by the way, we also have this thing that comes around like in the summertime, and it's a fitness challenge thing that you can sign up for, whatever it is that they're trying to do.
And Chris, what is the cool stat that we just learned about emails?
They actually have a higher conversion than straight ads to a landing page. So you want to make sure that that funnel goes deep. People sometimes do not just buy straight off of Facebook, and they need a few more points of contact. Let me see. What was that number?
I thought that was so big.
That exact number.
It's so true. It's so true. I mean, because like I know I've heard that email marketing is dead before, and I'm like, no, that is free marketing. It's not. Facebook ads generate cold audience, and you'll develop a warm audience, but you get in front of new people, you get people to your site, you gather their emails or have them buy, depending if it's a low product e-commerce thing. But then you still want to grab their email, because once you grab their email, now you have free marketing because you're in control of that. You don't have to pay Facebook. You can just send out as much stuff as you want, and if they're
it's more direct.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you can it's a little tiny thing, but now you can say, instead of saying, hey, buy this book, you can literally say, hey, Nick, you should buy this book because of, or whatever it might be. And just that little thing, if you're speaking to a person and you can get them to believe, wow, it's like they spoke to me in my soul, then they are just way more able to convert, just like tenfold, right? That's why I hear this from so many different business owners, and I'm like, no, you poor baby, you don't understand this. It's like, oh, I want to make sure I'm not cutting off my market, or I'm not, I don't want to lose half of my audience by saying, man,
you get more committed people. That's the thing with it.
Funnel becomes way stronger at that point. In fact, you do want those people out of it, because they're just going to waste your time, waste your resources, all that kind of stuff. And they're not even going to be as affected by your product or service, because it's not for them,
And then without that, then you're just paying for views. And who cares about views, man? I mean, a lot of people will watch a Facebook ad. You want to start learning about the people that click on it. That come
vanity
through.
metrics.
Yep. Yeah, vanity. You don't worry about those vanity metrics. You want to worry about the actual people that come all the way through, all the way to purchasing. Those are the people that you want to learn about.
Right.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find the statistic. I couldn't find it again.
The email thing too. What I remember specifically was, not only was it better than ads, I think it's actually the highest converting out of anything was emails. Is like, that was number one. So
those are warmer leads,
Even on a landing page like this, just having a place where they can subscribe, or and we've talked about this before here on this podcast, having some sort of content that they can get, or something that they get out of it, and all you get from them is their email. That's fine, because if you follow up with the right email system, that's how you get really motivated, good leads, So anything else you guys are seeing on this site too?
Well, once again, like we were discussing, there's a lot going on here, so it looks like they're trying to sell some drugs, but then there's a cookbook on here as well.
Selling drugs. This eat healthy site really doesn't know its audience.
I'm sure they're probably supplements, but also kind of drugs.
And then, of course, I'm always going to drive back to the video. I love videos. People are engaged by them. We have shorter attention spans now. A nice 2 to 3 minute video right up here explaining this page would be so much more beneficial.
It could literally say the exact same information that's on the page.
Yeah. And then, then you've got learn more, which does drive you down to the bottom. But then you've got subscribe here. So it seems like if these buttons were turned on right here to buy, then you wouldn't even need to subscribe with the email. So I'm a little lost on that one.
Yeah.
I just and 30% of top landing pages use video content. I just searched up the HubSpot thing. Embedded video content can increase conversions by 86%. So on a landing page, up to 86%. Now, this still doesn't, if you don't have the right message that matches the market, your video won't do anything. So it still has
same thing with the headline. Same thing with the right headline. Yeah, true.
Yeah, but up to
just
86%.
Having a video. Yeah.
So imagine if you have a converting landing page, like, and it's you're doing okay, you know, and you're happy with it, but you want to improve it, but you have no video on it. Man, if we can create a really good video, like you just shoot through the roof.
Yeah. Same thing with educational content too. I know this is a stat I like to pull out every once in a while. If you have a website that just has written text on, just pull that out of my front pocket. Oh, anyway, that's why I wear the hat. Now I feel I got so excited about that bit. Anyway, if you have a website that has text on it, the average person is likely only able to retain about 20% of whatever text was in that. Versus if you have that same page with the video that says the exact same content and they watch the video, they're likely to retain 80% of it. So literally, you could literally put the same content, one in a video, one in just written text format, and video will outpace it every single time. Literally, in this case, do 4 times as much content retained for that viewer, which is going to get them to that next logical certainty point. So it's a big one.
Nice.
Speaking of which, let's talk about our favorite page that we saw.
This is a better example for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What do you guys see right away? Right there. Boom. Video. I love it.
I see video and I see the word passion too.
Yep. And a nice headline. I can't highlight it, but yeah.
Live off your passion.
Yeah, that's a much stronger. You know, it talks about the transformation.
But it also doesn't tell me much either. So it makes me intrigued just a little bit more to be like, I would love to live off my passion. How do you do that? So you would obviously go down and watch this video here. I love it. There's a button right down below, you know, so you, even if you bypass this, you still get a little like synopsis, and it tells you exactly what it wants you to do by joining 3,000 members doing work they love. I love it, man.
Right there. 3,000 members start doing the work you love. Of course I want to do the work I love.
And then
why wouldn't I want to do that?
Here's your limiting beliefs right here. So he's already like negating these. All the interests I have, will I be working on the right one? I love it. It is good. And then boom, another button, another one to come and join. Instead of buy now, right? He's doing it's an encouragement to be like, come join us.
Yeah. I mean, it could be, if you click on it, it could be like to an email list or to a Facebook group or something like that.
It's actually just to add to cart straight away. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I'm shocked. For $199 though, I can see that not needing a deep funnel, but I'm so shocked there's not more email capture, or maybe we're on the page just past it and we just missed it.
$199, it could, I mean, I see
and
that.
Without getting too deep into the subject of how you're going to price whatever offer you're going to put online, because that could be its own episode, and how to really structure all of that could be its own thing too. Just know that there's usually a threshold where there are things that are easier for people to buy, or like there's a certain amount of money that people can part with pretty easily. And then there's a threshold that you reach generally around the $250 mark, where you can't, the odds of selling somebody in just one landing page are very low. So that's just a quick thing I wanted to throw out there for anybody listening.
Just a quick tip from Nick.
Nick, quick tip.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, this is much better. I love the testimonials down below as well. Letting
not
you know,
only that too, all these testimonials, they do have pictures by them, and seeing his face on there too, just in the video, like it humanizes this whole thing.
Right.
People don't like buying from companies. They like buying from people.
They do. They're going to relate with you. I mean, that's where the video comes in handy too. You know,
Right.
if you sell a certain way and have a certain thing, but your landing page looks and feels one way, and then they meet you in person and you've got more of a rougher edge to you, then it's going to probably throw them off. So why not let that shine through? So, although I don't think this guy seems very rough around the edges, he seems like Mr. Rogers' nephew or something. Couldn't be any nicer. Yeah. Ready to help.
Exactly.
Love
very inviting.
Love it.
Cool, guys. Cool.
Landing pages. And you know, the one thing we didn't talk about is how landing pages can help like almost any business, right? Like even take a sandwich shop, right? You definitely want to have your regular, you know, business, but hey, I'm throwing a whole thing all summer long with these like drink specials, and I want to just showcase this special menu and stuff like that. There's no reason why when you run the ads, you can't have a special dedicated landing page to this. And like, hey, by the way, here's where all the live music will be for that whole thing. And all the information you're going to want to know about coming out and enjoying this special summer style menu with these summer events is on a new landing page. There's no reason why you have to go in and just update your website all the time. Just make another page because that's what you want to inform people with, you know? So even something small like that, and then all the way up to a gym. We know what a gym has and stuff like that, but say that your highest market ticket is the massages. And you want to make sure that those are booked for months out because that's where you're going to make a lot of your revenue from. And there's no reason why you can't run an ad about the massage therapy at your local gym, right? But then when people click on that ad, instead of just sending them to a gym with all the services you have and they can get lost in all that and see just dollars and dollars and dollars and stuff, get them in the door with their $99 special on that one page and stuff like that. And then have your team upsell them once they get in there.
And that's where you follow. Yeah, that's where you follow up with the email marketing. That's where you follow up with all of these different kinds of content that they can be taking in to get them into your system. However, just like Chris was saying, if you're doing an ad about massage therapy or whatever, you can't have that ad take you to the latest treadmills that you guys just got or something like that at the gym, right? It's not the same thing. Like it has to be very specific. So one thought that I had, Chris, as the devil's advocate is like, ooh, you have to do an extra landing page for the work. You know what I mean? For each ad that you're doing or something. It just sounds like it's a lot of extra work. And I think that's the one thing that most entrepreneurs really struggle with. It's like, oh, I have to do this now. Oh, I have to do that now. But what I would say is just think about this. Like if you put in that extra time to build that extra work and make sure that it converts and you do it all now the right way, how much more successful could this be?
Right.
How much better? Like what is like, it's worth spending the extra 5-6 hours, whatever kind of money, or talking with the right person who knows what they're talking about. Hence us and other great marketers out there, right? About building the stuff that will actually convert. Because if you don't, then you are literally wasting time and money building out a service that nobody's going to convert. And what's the point of an ad if it doesn't actually convert the buyer, you know?
Yes. And that's sad. I've heard people throw out numbers. I've spent $15,000 on a commercial that didn't work. And it's like, you spent how much money on something that didn't work and you didn't question it? Well, why didn't it work? Were you doing anything in the commercial to actually send someone somewhere? You know, a lot of people, they like showing off their business. And they're making a brand video and it's like, great, but no one really cares about your business. They care about what your business can do for them. And that's the thing that I think people miss. And now we're not necessarily talking about landing pages. We're talking about the other side with the ads and stuff like that. But it all is important. It all is.
Well, I think this was a productive conversation, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I hope everybody learned something out there about landing pages today.
There's a lot of little nuggets that actually go a long ways if someone paid attention.
I hope you were taking notes.
It was a little over the place, but they're all there that could, just from like a title change, really increase the conversion rate by 1%, and 1% often doubles your money.
Yeah, 1% is a pretty big percentage when it comes to conversions. It sounds small, but that's actually, if you could change it and get 1% more in there from fixing one thing, that really does make some dollars. It adds up.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Cool. Well, thank you guys again for hanging out with me today and talking about content. We really dove into the content today, which is fun. And I want to thank all of you for tuning into today's show. If you enjoyed what you heard, tune in every week for more. And please consider subscribing on whatever platform you are enjoying us on. And if it's on Apple Podcasts, be sure to give us the biggest 5-star review you can. Until next time, remember, now is the time to turn that content creation into monetization. We will see you all again next time.